Hey everyone, I'm doing a Jules Unedited today and I wanted to do a monochromatic look. So I think I'm going to start a series where I'll name it, but I haven't figured out the name yet, but it's going to be a monochromatic series where I just do makeup that, looks very similar on the lips, cheeks, and eyes. So let's just get started. I've already prepped my face with this Supergoop Protectant Daily SPF tint. I like this because it has a tint, so it kind of evens out my skin tone and it just gives me some sun protection. I also use my Bobbi Brown color corrector stick in Bisque to, hide the circles there. And then I used the NYX Lift and Snatch eyebrow pen, and this is the brow tint pen in ash brown. I've literally been going back and forth with this for like 4 or 5 years. I absolutely love that. And then this is kind of new. It's the L'Oreal brow lamination. Really love this too. I just did a Valentine's Day drugstore look and I use this, and it's just something that I keep going back to. So yeah, very, very good makeup there and inexpensive. The Supergoop, it's like mid-priced, but anyway, I'm going to use my Hourglass Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation today, just for a little bit more added sun protection. And I'm going to mix shades 6 and 7. I'm just going to put that on the back of my hand, just like that. Just mix it. Since I already used like a tint, I'm not going to go in with too much of this. Excuse me. So I hope you all had a good week. It was pretty busy on my end here, but busy is not always bad. Work is busy. I'm just gonna take my beauty blender. These are the Pawpaw sponges on Amazon. Really inexpensive, but they work so well. I'll put them in the description. Just a little note about a side note about the links that I put in the description. So when I post a video, I link all the products that I use, and they don't cost any extra for you to go through my links. I don't ever want to pressure you to go through them, of course, but they are there. Just so you know, just if you want to find something really quickly or you want to support my channel, that's a good way to do it. I appreciate all of you. Your friendly, kind, supportive comments mean the world to me, so that in itself is enough, honestly. But I just like to make your life a little bit easier and put all of the products in the description, because sometimes I'll talk fast and just, you might miss it, or sometimes I just forget to say it altogether. So, but that step, like when I post the video, when I link all the products, it does take quite a bit of time. It's not hard, it's just a little tedious. So anyway, long story short, what I'm trying to say is the links are there for your use. They benefit you and they also benefit me, so I'd really appreciate if you are going to purchase something that you consider using the links. But I'm not really like a pusher. Like, I'm not going to push product on you. My main objective here is just to have fun with makeup and do creative looks or just any type of look and to inspire. And I know I've said that over and over again, but that really truly is why I'm here. So that being said, let's just continue on here. I'm going to use the Hourglass concealer. This is in the shade Sepia. I'm just going to use a little bit of this right here in just areas that I would like to add a little extra coverage. I also use the shade Silk, which is like a lighter shade, and I'll just put that kind of like mix it in with Sepia in the inner corners there. Going to use my beauty blender to blend in the concealer. So they're having a concert. I live kind of like downtown, and they're having a concert later, so I wanted to try and film this before that because it's probably going to be a little loud. So I'm not really like hustle bustle downtown, but it's considered downtown for the city that I live in. So they have a lot of events. It's kind of cool, but it's also kind of annoying sometimes. But, you know, maybe we'll go check it out. Usually we don't, but, you know, you never know. For bronzer, I'm going to use this Rare Beauty liquid contour. Sorry, this is contour, not really a bronzer. And this is in the shade Solace. I've used Gentle in my other videos, but I'm going to try out Solace. It is a little bit darker, but I want to see how this looks. I'm doing the dot method. I'm just going to blend that in. Ooh, that is, yeah, it's a little bit more pigmented than I was expecting. That's okay. Just gonna blend that in pretty quickly because I know with the blush it does dry fast. I'm not sure about this contour, but it is a really pretty shade though. This Solace shade. Yeah, you do have to kind of, this blends so freaking fast. It's so good. I think that's looking good. I'm just going to use my beauty blender to go over that nose contour because I always think it looks good, then it's like a little blotchy. So then I'm just going to use my beauty blender and just go around the edges. Wow, I really like the shade Solace actually. It's a pretty color for my skin tone at least. Okay, wow, pleasantly surprised. I'm gonna use the Make Me Blush. This is the YSL Make Me Blush. This is in the shade 44. And I'm just gonna use that on the back of my hand first. You really have to go in a couple times because the wand, it doesn't disperse a lot. I'm gonna use the same brush that I used for my contour, and I'm just going to prime my brush, which means I'm just getting all of that color in the bristles just so I get like an even application, and then I'm just gonna go in. This is a really pretty color. You just have to kind of go, you know, dip in here a lot because you don't really get a lot of product on the first dip, if that makes sense. But I've like used this directly on my cheek and it got blotchy. I think it just depends on what's underneath it. But this seems to be a good method. I'm just gonna put a little bit up here. All right. So I do want to use a little bit of powder. What do I want to use today? I use my Laura Mercier powder in, this is the talc-free version. I'm just going to use this powder puff. So I just get it on the puff and then I just tap off the excess. And then it's just like really powdery. So I just want to set lightly on my face. I am going to use a little bit on a brush right here and just do the same thing, like I'm just getting off the excess. I just want to go over this slightly because I do want to go in with like powder blush. Okay, so for powder blush, I'm going to use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in Mood Exposure. Look how pretty this is. And I'm just going to use the same brush, and I'll tap a little bit off just so it's even. But like, this is so pretty. Love this color. It's kind of like a plummy color, which is kind of the theme I'm going for today. It's like plum. I'm going kind of heavy-handed on the blush. Okay. So I wanted to make this simple, like the eye look. I want to make this really simple. I'm going to use Groundwork first by MAC. And I'm just going to use this as like an eye primer. Just putting a light layer of that. Not very much, but just, yeah, just a very light layer. I'm going to take a little bit underneath my eye too. And then for eyeshadow today, I want to use this Victoria Beckham Lid Lustre Lid Luster in Tea Rose. So this is what it looks like. It's really pretty. I have not touched it yet, and I really want to use this. So I think I'm going to go in with a brush. It might give me some fallout, but that's okay. So I'm just placing that on my lid, and then I will blend up the edges a little bit. I gotta get my mirror. So I'm just starting slow. And I'm just sort of tapping it in first, and then I'll like spread it out. I think this is my favorite color from the Lid Lusters, but I haven't played with them. I think I have two other ones. One's like an olive color and one's like a gold color. I should do another monochromatic look with those, because these are very pretty. Okay, so I'm just kind of building this up slowly. I kind of want to go to TJ Maxx today and just check out some clothes. I might do that after this. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of this underneath my eye. Because I want to just do this around my eye and just make it very monochromatic. Ooh, I think I got some in my eye. Okay, what I'm going to do is take the blush here, and I'm going to use this in my crease, just to kind of blend out those edges and tie in the look a little bit more. And I love this blush because it's like a diffused blush, so it's not super highly pigmented, but I don't know how to explain it. It's very user-friendly. So I'm just going to take this brush that we use for groundwork and just go around those edges a little bit more and smooth that out. Okay. So there's what we're looking like. I could probably go a little bit more, so I'm going to take some of this eyeshadow on my finger and just really pack that on. I feel like I could use a little more just to make this pop, but I don't want it to look too chunky either. So I think when you spread it out though, it like really looks beautiful. Like when you kind of move your finger back and forth and disperse the product, it really makes the eyeshadow pop a little bit more. At least that's what's happening for me. I'm gonna curl my lashes real quick. I know this is kind of boring, but unfortunately with the unedited, I'm not going to edit it out. So I usually just go a little bit quicker on camera when I do the unedited for this, because usually I hold it a little bit longer, but that's okay. I'm gonna use the CHANTECAILLE mascara. This is a nice mascara. I think it's like the faux cils mascara, that's the name of it. I kind of want like a chunkier look for my eyelashes today. So this is like the boring part, watching me apply mascara. I know whenever I'm like editing, I always try to edit out as much as possible of the mascara part, because it's like that and brows, I feel like are kind of boring, you know, because they're just routine things that you would do when it comes to makeup application, at least for me. So it's like not that exciting to watch, but anyway. You seem to really like these unediteds, and I like doing them, honestly, so it's all part of it. Just putting a little bit under my lashes just to give a little bit more, you know, oomph. Just gonna do another layer here. So I think I'm gonna do yoga too, like stretching yoga. After a busy week, I feel like yoga feels so good, and I just do it at home, like a YouTube video. And it's mostly stretching. It's not like hard yoga, but just, you know, I get tense during the week when I'm busy, and it feels nice to just relax. Okay, so there is mascara. I'm gonna tight line, but I wanna let that dry a little bit. So I'm gonna move on to lips. I'm going to use the ANASTASIA Beverly Hills lip liner in muted mauve. This is a really pretty color. And I almost forgot about this. Like, I love these lip liners by Anastasia. I think they're really, really high performing lip liners. And I really love this color especially. It's just really pretty. And then I'm going to use my Chanel lipstick. This is in the shade 60. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. I just felt like this would go good with the look. Yes, I think so. It's a really pretty color. I feel like my cheeks need more color, so I think I'm going to just add a little bit more of this blush. And I'm going to add a little bit of this blush into my crease again. All right, so now I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeliner and just tightline. Oops. So this is like a I feel like it's like a burgundy shade. Or whatever theme we're going for. Like this kind of, I don't know what I would, like this earthy, like rosy tone that I always gravitate towards. I feel like it just kind of goes with it. So yeah, let me know if you want to see like more monochromatic looks. I also want to do a color series where I incorporate more like colorful looks. Let me just blend this a little bit right here, these edges. Okay, let's do some setting spray. I'm gonna use my MAC Fix Plus. Ooh. And just use my fan. Okay. I'm just gonna pat that in a little bit more. Kind of want to put like a highlighter of some sort. And I have one right here that I haven't shared yet, but I was planning on doing like a separate video, which I still might, but this is the Chanel multi-use eyeshadow and highlighter palette. This is for part of the spring summer collection, but I want to use this shade right here. And I might just dip in with like my blush brush and just put that right over. I feel like this shade kind of matches the tone. So it's like you can use this on your eyes or as a highlighter. So I think this is really just a nice finishing touch. I'm also going to add this Dior 038 Lip Maximizer, just a little tiny bit. And that is the final look. I really like how this turned out. The eyes are really pretty. Everything is monochromatic. Let me know what you think if you want to see me do a series like this. And I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.